So, Stephen, tell everybody your last name.
My last name, Morash.
And where are you from?
Peggy's Cove.
And whose boat is this?
Derek's.
Derek?
Campway.
And how old is it?
How old? 5 years.
And what size?
50 feet.
And how wide?
30 feet.
And where do you go?
It's according to what we're going for.
Yeah.
If we're going for lobsters, anywhere from 2 miles to 50 miles.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And so you work with...
Yes.
You used to have your own boat.
Yes.
You like this better?
Yes. No headaches.
No headaches.
That's right.
You were the master of stormy seas, I heard.
Well, some bad weather already, yeah.
Yeah. So tell us, what do you do with this boat? What kind of fishing do you do here?
Right at the moment, lobster fishing, and then we had a good mackerel fishery in the spring, but at the moment that's shut down.
Yeah.
And then we'll go ground fishing, gill netting, and sometimes we do some halibut fishing, long line for halibut, yeah.
You have to have license for each one of those?
Yes, you do, yes. Yeah. We do.
And so when will you go back out again?
Oh, in a day or two.
I thought he was on holidays.
He is just for a couple of days. He'll be back in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Or in a day's time, whenever, yeah.
So what kind of, when you go cod fishing?
Well, we if we're after codfish, which we don't usually do, because we don't have a lot of codfish to catch, so we more or less direct for pollocks. Probably what we direct at.
People didn't want pollock when I was a kid.
Well, they do now. Yeah, there's not too many kind of fish that people don't want now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what all does this boat hold?
100,000.
100,000.
Yeah.
And what all does it have inside? Oh, you practically live here when you're on the water, eh?
Well, yeah, it's everything you have in your house.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah. Good. 8 beds, 11 televisions, fridge, freezer, washer, dryer, shower, bathroom, and stove, microwave, electric kettles, lots of fresh water, lots of fuel, everything you can think of.
Internet?
Yes, internet and telephone, all that kind of stuff, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You love fishing?
I like it, yeah.
When did you start?
I was probably 10 or 12 years old. Yeah. Now, I never made it an occupation when I was 10 or 12 years old, but I went fishing, yes. And I recall, because I used to get seasick every day. There wasn't a day.
How did you handle it?
Well, I mean, boats back then, you couldn't help but getting seasick because they were like a barrel. It didn't matter if it was flat cam like this in the harbor, the boat would still roll.
Yeah.
Now...
You still get seasick?
No, not really, no. In this boat here, you could have 40 mile of wind, and it's still, you can set a cup of coffee on the rail of the boat, and it's not going to upset.
How does that happen?
Well, look at the width of it. It can't roll. I'm not saying it can't, but it's, it's far superior than boats of years ago.
So do you think the mackerel fishing will come back?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to come back this year, but it will definitely come back, yes. Yeah, and it's going to be a very, very good fishery when it does.
So how long will that last before they reduce the stocks?
Well, mackerel is a fairly fast-growing fish. I can't say for sure. I'm just saying what I've read, what people have said, is that they say mackerel is fully grown in 15 years. And I mean, the last couple of years have been a massive amount of small mackerel. Or, you see lots of schools.
Yes.
I mean, you don't know how big they are. You just estimate by looking at the size. And you don't know because, I mean, you don't know how deep down the water, how thick, there's all kind of ways. And if these grow at the rate that mackerel are supposed to grow, our stocks should be starting to rebound reasonably well right now.
How long has it been shut down?
I guess probably 3-4 years now. Yeah. I think I really forget the exact time when it did, but And I honestly think that fishery made the right decision, because I think there was, I think our mackerel, there was a massive amount of small mackerel, and they
Yeah.
weren't growing fast enough for us to. We were catching too many small ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't say we'll catch all big ones. That's not happening.
What about bait though for lobsters? Don't they use mackerel?
You do, but we buy that. It comes from Norway and places
Oh, is that
like
right?
Yeah, our mackerel, use mackerel, redfish, and basically, there's not really a problem for bait. It's expensive. There's no getting away from that. Yeah. Even if you catch your own, if you had to freeze it and stuff like that, all that, makes it expensive. But I mean, that's what it's all about. Yeah. But then the price of lobster is much better than it was, 10 years ago too.
What is it now?
I was talking to I think Wayne Manuel this morning. I think last week it was $14 or $15. Yeah, but now your cost for catching is a lot more. So in all reality, it probably all works out the same.
Yeah.
Everything you do costs money.
Well, I better get going. But thanks for the information.
Okay, very good, very good. You'll have to go. I'll tell you what you want to do sometime. Come out with us and we go lobster fishing. And,
I get
film.
seasick.
Well, you can get seasick. It's no different sitting in a hotel. The boat is not moving.
How long do you go out though?
Let's say if we leave here 12 o'clock in the night. we'll be back here 6, 7 o'clock the next evening. Yeah. Yeah, that evening.
It would be exciting, but I don't know.
No, you wouldn't get seasick.
All right.
No way.
Well, I might take you up on that.
Well, you definitely should. I think we have an observer going out with us.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
What does he do?
I think it's a female, I believe.
Oh.
They come out and they, I guess, check to see.
You're not going to do anything wrong when they're on the boat.
How much? Oh, no, you don't, because, I mean, you're not going to bring in small lobsters.
Right.
You're not going to scrape the seeds off a female lobster, because anyone that does that, you're just taking money out of your own pocket in time to come. So I honestly don't think that anyone, I'm not saying there isn't something, but I'm going to say the percentage is so low that, things like that don't go on.
Right.
And, our halibut fishery is a good fishery also. So they have a 32-inch, anything below that you have to release. And I would say that 90% of halibut fishermen let these go back, because they'll live. You unhook them off the hook, they'll swim back to the bottom, and next year, the following year, you've got a fish that's worth money. So why bring
What's
in
that
some?
bring you a pound?
Now I honestly don't know. It varies. Like the first of January, you probably look at $15 a pound for halibut, and maybe a little more. It's hard to say. It's according to what the market wants, and it could be down to 10 now. So.
What about you talk about the female lobsters with the eggs?
Yeah.
How many eggs are on one of them?
I wouldn't have a clue.
They look like they're peppered.
They definitely are. And there's probably, I'm going to say, there's probably 1 million.
What?
Well, they're really, and I mean, now, the percentage of how many lobsters would live off it is probably very, very minimal. But, I've seen this haul a trap up, have 6 seeded lobsters into it. No good ones, all seeded ones. And that's fine, you just let
So what's the biggest lobster you ever caught?
Oh, probably 20 pounds.
20 pounds?
Yeah. But I mean...
How do they get in a trap?
Oh, they can get in. Yeah,
who's this coming in?
Who's coming in? Let's see, Perry Richardson. Yes, that's it. Yeah, he just built that boat. He built that himself. Him and his son-in-law built that boat. Well, they bought the hull. I mean...
How big is this?
What is she? I think she's probably 40... I don't know, it's 40, 45 feet. It's a nice boat, yeah.
Wait for him to come around the bend.
Yeah, it won't be long, he will be. Yeah.
Where does he Where's he docked?
Where is he, John? Right up there. See that little blue boat there?
Yeah.
Right ahead of, or behind that. There's a white one behind that, right down right behind that. Next one.
All right.
There he is coming up around there.
So, oh yeah, that is. Looks like it's plowing.
Well, that's what makes these all good boats.
Is it?
Listen, we get 2,000 gallons of fuel up here hid in the bow of this boat. We get 2,000 gallons of fresh water, and if we're steaming, if we want to gain an extra knot, we'll fill those forward live wells with water and settle her bow down more. The more her bow's down in the water, the better she'll do for time.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
I would have thought it was the opposite.
No. You definitely do not want the stern down. You don't want the bow sticking in the water.
Wow. How do you ever see in there? Because, you know, it looks like you can barely see above the bow.
Oh no, you can see. No problem. No problem. Now when we're steaming this engine, the main engine, we got a generator and a main, but the main engine will turn 1,800 RPMs. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, when we go out when we're going out lobstering, we'll run the engine about 1,150 RPMs. Okay, so it's electronic. It's the panel on the engine. It tells us how much fuel we're burning per hour. So at 1,150, we'll burn between 5 and 6 gallons of fuel an hour, and we're doing just about 8 knots.
That's good mileage.
Yeah, it is. So let's say if we bring it up to 1,300 RPMs, we're going to burn 9 gallons an hour, and we may go 1/10 of a knot faster.
Wow.
If we run her at 1,800, the maximum we would probably get would be 1 full knot over, and we're going to burn 24 gallons an hour.
Wow.
So we're much further ahead, leave a half an hour earlier, and burn 5 gallons an
Imagine.
See, that boat's pretty wide also. I'm not sure the exact width of her, but
When did they start taking the transom out?
well, the reason they did that, they put an overhang on it, because you see the real stern of that boat. That's just 5-foot overhang they got on that boat.
Okay.
They give you more decorative. Now, you see, we don't have that on here. We've got I think.
I know, but what keeps people from falling overboard?
What?
There's-
Well, you can. I agree. You can definitely fall overboard. You definitely wear a life jacket.
Do you? Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. When I'm back here on the stern of the boat doing anything with lobster traps, yes. Because if you go, but a life jacket will not save your life if you go overboard. You want to have a knife. Because what's gonna happen if you go overboard? A rope is what's going to take you overboard. A rope off the trawl of that trap, and you cannot get clear. No way. You have to have a knife, and it's no good to have a knife in your pocket. Your knife has to be strapped to your life jacket, and you can get it, and you know what you're going to do with it, and it wants to be sharp, because you got a piece of rope not this big, but half inch poly, and you want to cut it, and then you can come up. Your life jacket will bring you up.
Well, I better get going.
Yeah.
I really appreciate all your information.
Yeah, I would say a knife and a life jacket is probably the most important thing you can wear on your back if you want this. If you're overboard, without it, you're not going to save your life. You're not going to live. Next to impossible.
All right.
Okay, very good.
See you later.
Okay, you have a good day.
Yep.
But make sure you can come out some that day.
Well,